What's stress to a mind when you dealing with a broken heart?
This is for the ones that have been silenced. Let's turn the mirror.
Quality, more than the times, that is not something I've heard a lot of men say. And the fact that you guys said it with confidence, especially you, Alex, because you have your girl and you guys been together for a time. What Adam said was really important too. He said how beautiful it is for a couple to have sex when they feel sexy with each other. That it's fun. It's fun, yeah. And that is not something that you find all the time, especially now when you're just leaving for the weekend and one night stand. Night stand, yeah, it feels nice for a couple hours, but then you feel empty inside because it was not fulfilling. It was just a want instead of a need. And I agree with that completely.
I don't know what OnlyFans is, so I might be a shock, but I don't know what that is. I'm serious. I don't know what that
if
is.
Your girl is watching this, it benefits
I didn't know either. And well, I still haven't been on there, so
I promise you, as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah. So OnlyFans is a platform where professionals or entrepreneurs go and they service their skills. So if they know language, if they know how to do data entry and stuff like that, they will tell you how to do it there, and you'll get really good education out of it. But it's like ladies from the industry, from the porn industry, discovered that and saw it as an opportunity. And just like Lucky says, when it comes to a boat, everybody's gonna jump in it. And one jumped in it, he made lots of money out of it, and the other ladies followed. They said, "Oh, I can make a nice buck out of that." Well, you guys have seen news of nurses, teachers just quitting their jobs to do OnlyFans, and now they're wealthy. But are you wealthy inside? Like, doesn't that drain you? Like,
right.
You're just living through the approval, not even approval, subscriptions of people.
Facts.
Of people that can call and cancel.
I respect everyone's businesses. I think you are your own self, right? You have to own your reality and create your destiny however you see fit. I think that it goes back to my values and what I've been taught. Maybe if my values were a little bit different, maybe I had a different opinion. I truly believe on study and just create out of what you enjoy, out of your passion, whatever fuels your creativity and your healthy space. Create a career out of it, or just do it as a part-time. Whatever you do that you like, that's what gonna bring you joy. If that's it, and maybe it's good for her.
I agree. But, I completely agree with that mindset, because it's like, I mean, sometimes you just gotta hustle, and I am nobody to judge anybody, but at the same time, these may be future mothers, and I know that when they have their own seed in the world and they will regret it, not because it was bad, because for them it wasn't bad in the moment, but because they realize that at some point their kids are going to start asking questions, and kids are very impressionable. They want to follow into the steps of their primary figures, and which is mom and dad. It's very, very.
Well, I never compromise that. It's a done deal. It's hard sometimes because it goes to awareness, right? How aware are you of the consequences of what you're doing, and the consequences it's gonna bring to your child or your future kids or the people around you. It's not like you care about what anyone thinks. It's just about the good in people is not is not created out of like thin air. It's it's grown, it's taught, it's built in out of people that really was close to you and those around you. And when that awareness is not there, then you're just running blind and just doing all kind of different things and just trying out. And part of it sometimes is because you're young and stupid. But I think it's just good to create that awareness. And I think once like the way we're doing now at our age, having learned all this, it's good to create that awareness that that foundation values and what you're taught really creates an impact on you and the others creates an impact on the community and the community creates an impact on the country and the whole world. And it's really like that. I have people saying, no, it doesn't affect me. Whatever is happening doesn't affect me. Well, because mindset like yours, right, is that things don't get changed, right? Because you think that you're just only one being in the whole universe, that no one cares about what you think. And I think creating that awareness helps, eliminating that mindset. And that's kind of what I stand for. And I know, coming from me personally, I don't like social media. Being having this passion for acting, I know it doesn't really look good on me, because you want to be on the social media, you want to portray yourself, you want to expose yourself, you want to do things to people to see you, to find opportunities. And but this is one of the things that I don't like. I don't like to be exposing things just to portray to you something that I want you to think is happening, but it might not be happening. So I don't want to believe that.
Yeah, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, I don't want to believe that everyone does that, but the majority of the people, I think they do, right? We all human beings, we all go through stuff, and I see things that I'm like, no, it's just these things that you're portraying, this image that you're portraying, it's not your true self. Sometimes I know those people, sometimes I don't. But that's why I like to be very conservative on the things I post, and I don't post a lot. But I think it's just the nowadays the era that we live on is hard to create that awareness on top of what we have, because it's so technological, and influencers just change and influence you to do different things that it's not really good to do, based on just fundamental values. But I think it's good to create that awareness. I think it's good to portray that message. I think it's good to bring the word of Jesus. I think this is something that I'm getting into myself, and I think I'm kind of creating that faith and building, because I truly believe that there's someone out there that is looking out for me. It's looking out for the people I love. It's good to have faith, because when logic doesn't make sense, what makes sense is the faith that you can have to believe that things are gonna get to a place for a reason. And it's good to portray this message. I think it's very, very, very good.
Yep. There was this artist that said, social media is a marketplace for your business. And I really feel the most concerned with people that post selfies. When they post selfies, I see that as a call for help. That means that they're alone, that they feel they need validation from the people outside, because they feel alone, surrounded by people. And it spoke levels, because you're like, I have social media, but I don't really, I do post stuff about my family and me, but it's because, I don't post anything about me. So I'm like, I post the business, I post this and the group, because we just wrapped up this scene and ta-da-da-da, and everything about work. But I never put my genuine self out there. So sometimes I put 2 or 3 trinkets right there so that people remember that I'm still human. When I heard that, I was like, you know what? That is very insightful, because Yeah, most of the time, social media is used for our business, is to portray the messages that we want to put out there. Social media is the way the world is going to remember us. So be very, very careful what you put there. And when I heard that, that was very impactful for me because I be posting shit that nobody needs to read, but I still put it out there for some reason. And I got to auto-evaluate when it comes to that too. My boyfriend tells me that a lot. Statement. He's like, you need a, my spouse at some point, I was writing something down very aggressively. Oh, gotta know now. And my spouse was next to me. He was like, sometimes you need to not respond at all. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I mean, I cannot respond. That's fine. But why? And he's like, does he really need your reaction? Is it really important? Like, why do you want to say all of those mean stuff there? That's going to stay there forever. Yeah, it's going to affect them for a couple hours, maybe a couple days, hopefully not their entire life. But that's going to affect your image because that's going to be there forever. And I was like, okay.
Words of wisdom.
Okay.
Words
now,
of wisdom.
Dwayne, you were the one who sent me the lady finessing men. What are your thoughts on that?
So specifically with that, it's like if you're concentrated on finessing a man, how can you get to know the man? And then it's like I heard you talking on my way here about like all these good qualities that somebody has or whatever. And then what happens oftentimes, and comes from not from me personally, this comes from the women in my life. Like I told you, I have a lot of female friends, even though Adam doesn't approve of that. It's like I got like 30 women friends that I've never seen naked, and we're close.
Oh, that's why Adam was mad at you. He's like, what? 30? You never seen them naked? What?
And it's like they gave me insight that I've never would have had. But when I hear women say these things that, oh, I want this, I want that, it feels like demands. And I'm like, the more things you add to the list, the more opportunities you lose. And then it's like, yeah, but he was perfect, but he didn't have a bad boy enough side. It's like, or they say things like,
I'm guilty of that. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm guilty of that. It's even my spouse. He is humble. I love my man. I worship him not more than God, but I worship him as the leader he is.
I was
told the only thing that he has as a bad boy is his character. When he's serious, he just looks like he want to beat you up, and you're like, hey, whoa, what's the attitude? And he's like, I'm just nothing. I'm just normal, and that's the only thing. Thankfully,
Rose, I was told by two separate women, because whatever women like the signs. I'm a Capricorn. Oh, that's like always a thing, right? You're a Capricorn. Oh, and then one woman told me, you're too serious. Next woman told me, I'm not serious enough. But I think me. Me and Rose did a movie together and stuff, and we worked hard at it. And it's like, I'm serious in business. I'm fun in life. It is.
I think also, Dwayne, something that you got to understand, and I'm going to tell you this from the point of view of a woman, is that when we don't want someone, we will make every excuse possible to not tell you the truth, because the truth will hurt your manhood.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, I know you don't care, but they care because they have shame. They get embarrassed. It's never nice to tell someone what they're bad at or what they do that they personally don't like. It's not easy to be.
But see, this is why I appreciate what Adam was saying when he was saying like truth. Now, this is why the Bible tells you to tell truth. Honest. Like men are gonna, more than likely they lie. They lie to get sex. They lie to get this. They lie to get that. Women lie to preserve feelings and things like that. Like, this is the reason why, like, men above sex right now are just looking for the truth, validity, like time, like these things are important. That's why, like, I'm pretty good in relationships. Like, I've had a lot of, relationships. My relationships have lasted. I've had a lot of, one night stands that turn into, what do they call it nowadays? The sneaky links and all of that kind of
friends with benefits. I think
the friends with benefits and like,
it's when you have like a girlfriend and you go behind her back. Or no. That's a side chick.
So that's what that is.
That's a side chick. No, that's a side chick.
Oh, that's a side chick. I can't keep up nowadays. They got so many.
I can either, but I be on Twitter, so I'm informed.
I used to know when I worked at the college.
Sneaky link is someone that is your friends with benefit, but nobody knows about,
you can't post.
Nor you want anybody to know about.
You can't put pictures up of them. And listen, I was just in the comment section on Facebook.
Not even name dropping. Not even name dropping.
Back in the day, we used to call that the fat ugly girl on the side.
Right. But listen. Nowadays, the ugly girls, because of Tyra Banks, because of Oprah, because of social media, their heads are so big and their self-esteem is so high that they feel like they need a man with six figures. They have standards now. So you couldn't even, like, the girls who you feel like are not attractive or ugly or something, like, even they now come with standards where it's like,
the big girl will want a guy with a six-pack.
And facts.
She won't settle.
And she'll call him, like, unattractive or something. Like, she's never looked in the mirror before. Like, this
fun fact. Americans are the only. I'm not talking statistically, but
no, I know what you're about to say. 100%.
America is the only place where men expect women to pay part of the rent or part of the bills.
Facts.
Other countries, men take full responsibility and women take full responsibility. Majority. I'm not saying that all of the women out there are traditional women and all men are traditional men. Obviously, there's a piece of garbage everywhere.
But Rose, that's why, Rose, because the roles have been reversed. Like, society is so over feminized that, like, men have now taken feminine positions. Instead of stepping forward and being men.
I think most of it's in America because this is what we call the new Babylonia.
What is the rent like in everywhere else, though?
What was that again?
What is the rent like everywhere else, though? Because this, like where I live right now, rent here used to be so cheap. And now, like 10 years later, I just moved back. Rent here is the same as Miami rent. Like, when did this shit happen? It's
crazy. It's
like,
skyrocketing everywhere.
Need two incomes to make it.
Yeah, that what I think that they doing that on purpose to break the nucleus of a family. Do you know how? Oh my gosh, you guys have to just go to YouTube at some point and see the difference of kids that are educated without a dad in the house to the ones that are educated with the united family in the house. It's just different. It's just different. And when I saw those, I was like, I'm not even going to be so harsh on people that didn't grow up without a dad, because I don't even think it's their fault at this point. I think they didn't ask for that. It just happened, and they had to fend for themselves.
In your life, you're fine. My father wasn't in the house, but he always lived in the same city. It's. I mean, if you got a what you said earlier, a selfie person, a selfie dad, hey, I'm visiting my kid 3 times a year. If you got a dad like that, that's when you're gonna have a fucked up kid,
But you know what? That's the mentality of everything in our society right now. Like, everything in our society is selfie work. Like, I was just in a comment section the other day, having this debate where this girl is like, how come guys don't take pictures with their girlfriends? How come you guys don't post us? Or, you guys are trying to hide us and stuff. And it's not that. It's because, like you said, people are out here finessing people. It's like, women like to post things. Women like to post things that are new, that they're happy with. Like, their new shoes, their new bags, their purses, their new man.
Some.
Men like to post things that we are secure of. I like to post a girlfriend who I know is not going anywhere in 5 years. Like, I don't want to post you and look stupid 2 months later. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to make sure that, I can post a pair of shoes, a pair of Jordans, a nice t-shirt. You know why? It's never going anywhere. I'm sure.
Listen, I agree with you. I agree with you. And you know what's funny? I've come with that same mentality to other women, and they don't, I feel like they just act crazy. Like, oh, you don't know what you're talking
everybody's
about.
cheating on them.
Yeah, they just, not like that. It's more like they don't want to take responsibility for their actions.
Accountability.
They just don't want to take responsibility. Let's put it like that. And when it comes to what you just said right now, there is women that literally, they will change their whole demeanor in life for the right dude. And she will be, you can make a wife out of a hoe. Yes, if you are the right dude. If you're not the right dude, it's rest assured she's gonna keep hoeing.
But see, that's the thing about it, though, Rose. See, that's the thing about it. They say for the right dude, but you know who the right dude is for them?
It's a personal trainer at the gym.
Right, but the worst dude, the dude who has options, and the right dude has a bunch of options to the point where why should he change for you? Because he has all these other options available. Because the same dude that you want, the right dude has every other right woman. So you have to do something other than offer sex.
Exactly. It's more like, and it's not only you competing for the right dude. There's also good women that already spotted him. So you're competing with the good women too. And
you competing with good women. You competing with your marketplace.
Fail.
Assalamu alaikum on a different behavior because I know I'm a sinner. Because I know I'm a sinner. I could be Will, I could be Chris, I could be Still, I could be Push, I could be Healed. In order to look, you gotta be filled with all of his book.
What's stress to a mind?
So now if I say I'm in love, it just look like I'm crazy. When Kevin Gates say we supposed to be in love, it just look like he wavy. Can't judge their lifestyle. I've had 3 children. Unright behavior.